A few years ago, a man went out on a hunting trip into a dense forest. Along with him went his trusty canine companion, Lassie. The forest the man chose to venture into was quite some distance from any significant human activity, and that was the reasoning behind his choice of location. The less human activity, the more game for his own. But despite hours of searching, the man and Lassie had no luck. There was just no game to hunt. Strangely, though, the forest seemed as alive as ever. There were shrieks, screeches, and howls all around, and the place was teeming with plant life, but they just couldn't spot a single thing with their eyes. It's as if the whole forest was inexplicably drained of living creatures. Since it was getting late, the man decided to cut his losses and walk back to the cabin. But suddenly, Lassie seemed to notice something within the bushes some distance away. The man was of the opinion that whatever could be lurking in the woods at this hour was probably something that shouldn't be messed with, so he pleaded with Lassie to let it go. But Lassie didn't give, her eyes fixated deep into the dark, mysterious woods. Then, out of nowhere, she bolted into the forest and disappeared into the darkness, leaving her master behind. The man was perplexed, as this was very unusual behavior for Lassie. He waited there another hour or so for her to return, and then walked back to the cabin as it was just getting way too dark. He figured Lassie could find her way back, since the cabin wasn't too far from where they got separated. And Lassie did find her way back, but just not the way her master expected her to. At around 7:30 p.m., the man saw Lassie staring at him from the edge of the forest, a few meters away from the cabin. It was nearly pitch black outside, but the man recognized the eyes and the silhouette of his furry companion. He was obviously relieved, but soon after a little concerned as to why Lassie wasn't running over to him all excited like she would usually do. Strange, he thought, and whispered at his dog, signaling her to come towards him. But Lassie remained unmoved, her eyes fixated on her master. As the man observed a little longer, he slowly began to notice that his dog wasn't exactly right. Lassie's neck seemed longer, slightly twisted. Her limbs were uneven and her tail was stiff. It barely even looked like a dog anymore, let alone like Lassie. The man was equally as terrified as he was concerned, but in a blink, Lassie, or whatever she was now, was gone, disappeared into the deep, dark woods. The man never saw his dog ever again. What exactly happened to Lassie, we may never know for certain, but it was likely the doing of a terrifying creature derived from a skinwalker, more specifically, a fleshgate. Descriptions of the fleshgate vary, but it's generally believed to be a pale, humanoid creature. It lives in the wilderness and is apparently capable of acquiring the appearance of animals, or even humans, by stealing their skin, presumably killing them in the process. The forms they take are said to look off. The fleshgate shares this disturbing skin-stealing ability with the skinwalker. However, the difference between the two is that skinwalkers are supposed to be human, while fleshgates are straight-up monsters. The skinwalker comes from Navajo folklore and is described as an evil human sorcerer who practices dark magic to steal the appearance of humans or other animals. Frankly, the fleshgate sounds like the scarier of the two, at least to me. For good reason also. The creature possesses another frightening ability, and that's being able to mimic the voices of animals, including that of humans. It's said that they use this ability to trick and lure their victims.